Madre John Madden Juanito in the doorway of my tiny house in Acamal, Mexico. And I want to talk a little about the release of trauma. First, I'll give you the visual. It's about 8 o'clock on Sunday, Domingo, the 12th of January. And I think I have one dog in here. That's Princess over there sleeping. And the other two dogs are out playing. So, release of trauma. Uh, Things linger. Things can linger. I'm going to share a memory that's like 30 years old. And the way the way I remembered it was I got up from where I'd been sitting, working with my videos and having my morning coffee, and thought, well, standing is good. I'll just lean against this door jamb here. And the thought I had in my brain was, I don't have resentment at door jambs just because I got injured on a door jamb once, but I was. My alternative service to going to Vietnam, I did not go to Vietnam, although I could have easily. I came close. Was many years later at the Westside VA in Chicago, the toughest VA hospital in the Chicago system out of, I think, 4 VA hospitals. Mostly like 80, 90% black, poor, dealing with racism, poverty, dangerous neighborhoods, and dual diagnosis. In the day program where I worked, guys would come for 30 to 60 days every day, and they almost all had some kind of substance abuse problem in addition to psychiatric problems, and a whole lot of PTSD, a whole lot of Vietnam PTSD stuff. And it was so impossible to really make huge changes in their lives that I rewrote my job description as a psychologist. I said, I hang out and tell the truth, and hopefully that will have a healing impact. We can have healing encounters, and actually they did. And one of the guys I had a special impact on was a white guy with PTSD from Vietnam named Mike. And I was going down the hall one day, and Marianne, the social worker, said, Mike is going off over in the day room. You better go see if you can talk him down. And as I headed for the day room, Mike came around the corner, and I startled him. I think otherwise he would not have attacked me, but he picked me up and threw me through the air, and my head came down on the door jamb like that, and I ended up with 9 stitches. I kind of staggered over to the secretary and said, here's the deal, Mike's over in the day room, blah, blah. And she says, would you sit down? You're bleeding like a stuck pig. And I had trauma from that. I had previously had really a sense of invulnerability working with these guys. One of the interns said to me one day, now, when that guy was waving that pool cue right in front of your face, were you not worried that he might hit you? And I said, no, I knew he wouldn't hit me. And Mike wouldn't have attacked me except that I startled him. But I was traumatized. It took me a while to feel safe around there again. Yeah. And similar thing happened when I was attacked in Chicago back in the fall of 2019. I won't go through that whole story. I tell it elsewhere. But a guy who I expected to just get out of his car and yell at me took 3 steps and hit me with a karate chop that sent me flying through the air. And I was not physically injured at all, amazingly. Not a stiff neck, not broken shoulder, nothing. But emotionally, I was traumatized. Like, gee, back in Appalachia, where I just was for up in the mountains for a year, this is where you would yell at each other. They're playing by different rules in Chicago. It shook me up. So it takes a while. And I don't honestly have any trauma left from Chicago or from, both of them were in Chicago, both black guys in Chicago. No, white guy. Mike was white. So I don't have trauma. I don't have trauma for the black dog that bit me a year and a half ago, although it was a bad bite. You can't, maybe you can see the scar. I think you can see the scar there in the palm. But I got over that quick. I came back to loving that dog and understanding why he did it. No trauma around dogs. Still crazy about dogs. You can get over all that stuff. You need to tell the story until it doesn't have energy anymore. And that's one of the things I offer in my individual consultations and phone consultations up here. I'll put the information in the description section. Okay, happy day.